The call came in on Julia DeCino's Wildlife Rescue Hotline at 1:35 p.m., February 11th. A coyote has fallen into the empty reservoir over at the Santa Ynez Mission. Minutes later, DeCino was standing at the edge of the stone and mortar reservoir, looking 30 feet down on a badly injured and emaciated female coyote huddled in a shadow crevice. The animal's labored breathing, gurgling sounds, and bleeding posterior suggested it suffered from upper respiratory problems, giving the appearance of poisoning. Wearing Kevlar gloves and armed with a steel pole attached to a catch noose, DeCino hurried down the ladder. It took only a few seconds to realize that the coyote was blind in both eyes. As I was pulling her out of the crevice with my catch pole, she went into cardiac arrest, said DeCino, executive director of the animal rescue team in Solvang. She was dying. The 55-year-old licensed rescuer looked up at her assistants and asked them to lower the gurney by rope, along with her medical kit, heavy blankets, and towels. Also, she told them stop making noises that could stress this animal more than she already is. DeCino gave the coyote a shot of epinephrine to kick her heart back into rhythm and began administering chest compressions. The coyote responded by lifting her head a few inches off the ground. Minutes later, the animal was in DeCino's pickup truck and headed into the veterinary hospital, where the animal's condition was stabilized with intravenous fluids and vitamins. X-rays and examinations later found the coyote, now known as Angel, had been shot between the eyes. The wounded animal apparently wandered for many days, even weeks, in the Santa Ynez Valley until she fell into the reservoir. Vets also discovered one other thing. On March 23rd, while recuperating at DeCino's wildlife rehabilitation facility, Angel gave birth to 5 puppies. On a recent day, DeCino introduced a visitor to the predator she calls a courageous girl and most exceptional mother. A sign on her wire enclosure read, "Blind Coyote, Julia only." Angel was snoozing in a corner after nursing the little balls of dark gray fur that were yipping and yawning in their sleep. "What this animal endured is beyond comprehension," DeCino whispered. "When she had puppies, I didn't know whether to cry in sadness or for joy." DeCino plans to care for the puppies until they are mature enough to be released into the surrounding mountains. She has big plans, however, for Angel, with whom she has developed strong bonds. "I want Angel to become a member of the rescue team's family as an imprintable surrogate mother for young coyotes that come our way. But first," she acknowledged, "I have to persuade the State Department of Fish and Wildlife not to euthanize her. And that won't be easy." In California, possession of a coyote is illegal unless permitted by the state. DeCino also must apply for the special permit to keep a coyote on the premises indefinitely. Asked about Angel, Fish and Wildlife spokesman Andrew Hugan said, "We are working to find a reasonable solution as quickly as possible. The department appreciates Julia and the rescue team's efforts to save this coyote and other wildlife. We've worked closely with her over the years and appreciate her passion for rescuing imperiled wildlife." To hear DeCino tell it, "I'm hardwired to do this work." DeCino was 9 and living in Santa Barbara when she got her first wild animal, a raccoon. That was a gift from her father. She gazed upon the blob of striped fur and beheld an extraordinarily inquisitive and intelligent creature from another universe of nature with its own primitive code of ethics. A torrent of such creatures flows these days into her nonprofit operation, which runs on a shoestring budget, volunteer work, prayers, and southern rock rhythms issuing from a small radio on a patio table. Generally, animals orphaned, injured, or cruelly abused are kept in a spider web-like networks of wire cages and pens maintained by a cadre of volunteers. The creatures include coyotes, bobcats, foxes, deer, squirrels, owls, tortoises, turkeys, geese, lizards, snakes, frogs, and an occasional mountain lion. In the old days, it was Mother Nature that animals had to deal with, DeCino said. Now it's us, human beings, with their guns, poisons, cars, and urban sprawl. A few weeks ago, we found 7 animals, foxes, quail, squirrels, and an owl, that had been shot and placed in some kind of ritual circle, she said. Angel, too, had been cruelly trapped between 2 worlds, but she trusts me now, DeCino said. DeCino put it another way. This coyote put up a good fight, and I fought to keep her alive. Never underestimate the will to survive. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and consider sharing it with your friends and family. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next one.